In a landmark decision with major implications for immigration enforcement, U.S. District Judge Jennifer Thurston has temporarily barred U.S. Border Patrol agents in California from making warrantless arrests of individuals suspected of being in the country illegally, unless there is a reasonable and articulable suspicion that the person is likely to flee. The ruling, issued earlier this week, comes in response to growing concerns about civil liberties violations stemming from Operation Return to Sender, a recent immigration enforcement campaign that led to the arrest of dozens of people across the state. The operation sparked criticism from immigrant rights groups and legal organizations, who accused federal agents of bypassing constitutional procedures and targeting individuals indiscriminately. Judge Thurston's temporary injunction requires federal immigration officers to obtain judicial warrants before detaining individuals suspected of immigration violations, except in cases where there is compelling evidence that the person may escape before a warrant can be obtained. The ruling specifically applies within California, a state that has long positioned itself as a defender of immigrant rights and sanctuary policies. This decision is not about halting enforcement, Judge Thurston noted in her opinion. It is about ensuring that enforcement complies with the Constitution and respects the legal protections afforded to every person within the United States. Civil rights advocates hailed the ruling as a necessary check on the power of federal immigration authorities. Organizations such as the ACLU and the Immigrant Legal Resource Center praised the court for reinforcing the principle of due process, particularly in a climate where immigration enforcement has become increasingly aggressive. This is a victory for accountability and the rule of law, said Maria Sanchez, an immigration attorney based in Los Angeles. The federal government cannot operate in the shadows and ignore the legal rights of individuals, regardless of their immigration status. The Department of Homeland Security has not yet publicly commented on the court's decision, though officials previously defended Operation Return to Sender as a lawful effort to apprehend individuals with outstanding deportation orders. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) and Border Patrol agents have argued that warrantless arrests are often necessary due to the fast-paced nature of field operations. However, Judge Thurston's ruling challenges that argument by placing stricter limits on the circumstances under which federal agents may detain individuals without judicial oversight. Legal experts suggest that the decision could set a powerful precedent, particularly in states with strong immigrant advocacy networks and sanctuary laws. This could reshape how immigration enforcement is conducted, not just in California, but potentially across the country if similar challenges arise, said Dr. Alan Wu, a professor of constitutional law at UC Berkeley. It reflects a growing trend in the courts to hold federal agencies more accountable to civil liberties. The case remains ongoing, and the injunction is temporary pending further hearings. Still, the decision marks a significant moment in the ongoing tension between federal immigration enforcement and state-level protections for immigrant communities. As debates over border security and immigration policy continue to dominate national headlines, this ruling may become a touchstone in future legal and political battles over the limits of federal power.